Lead hook. So I would say this is similar sort of patterning to your lead uppercut in terms of the same sort of footwork to a degree or level. We'll break it down into the 4 steps once again, just to help you out with the reset. The reset when you do your strikes, depending on, but when we do our combos and all that sort of stuff, will help with your quality and your movement. Hands on shoulders again. So step 1 is here. Step 2 is a bit of a pivot with the rear shoulder, like you've done across, okay? You could say there's a bit of weight that goes onto this lead leg, that's fine. Step 3, rear foot turns back, but instead of driving upwards with the front hip, so I should say this rear foot comes down, but with the front hip you turn through. You've got to understand with your hook you're driving with your hip and your shoulder. So 1 is here, stance and guard. Step 2, bit of a pivot. Step 3, rear foot comes back, comes down first to then drive through with that lead hip and lead shoulder. Okay, so if you can practice this, reset, reset, then you're going pretty well. Mistakes that we see happen is this: they turn their rear foot in class and they do that. Whereas they turn and they almost turn both feet at the same time and their heels are up, they lose all power. You've got to get your footwork right. Big part of boxing and kickboxing. One more time, rear foot, comes back, front foot, boom, reset. Let's add the hands on. 1, 2, 3. As I start turning back, that's when my fist starts coming out. I almost sort of say that my fist comes out at sort of 10 o'clock. Comes around, bang. So either palm down or palm facing towards you, another big angle on the elbow, but arm parallel with the ground for now. 1, 2, 3. I'm really trying to drive with my hip and shoulder and be nice and connected. Remember, the power comes from the ground. Fall back to guard. Things that we see go on, or mistakes that people make. 1, 2, they drop their hand down like so to come up and through. I like to say, visualize a tabletop and legs of the table. From here, you load up, your arm will come up and across the top of the table. You cannot cut underneath the table, otherwise you're going to get stuck on the legs. Another visualization or cue. If I stand here, think of you're almost going to hug someone next to you, okay? Obviously, if you're going to hug them, you reach back further, but from here, the big hug. Or again, it's called a hook, so think fishing hook in angle. 1, 2, 3, fall back to guard. That's what it looks like, a bit faster. All right, that is your lead hook.